So anywho, I went to a thrift shop and found this one for $5. So I use this for okay guys, check this out. Check this out. I decided to get rid of this compost bin in terms of having it compost because it's just been too slow. I'll tell you about that banana tea bucket. But decided to cut it in half and put those buckets that we did, the blueberries and the grape in. Yeah, we know that was just interim, so why not just get to the point? So my husband put the grape in here and we'll put the blueberry over here in this one. Yep, covered it with pine needles as recommended. So yeah, great. One garbage can that cost $16 something, cut in two, cheaper than a plant pot. Okay, let me show you this one. I think we had looked it up. This is a 20-gallon. It's a 20-gallon garbage can. This is like $9. No, it's decorative and all that, but just saying. Okay, so we should be good with that. Signs of life, people. Signs of life. Yes. Yep. And there's some more in the boxes. It's windy today. So I transplanted out some peppers. These are, what are these? Hungarian yellow wax pepper. Serrano chilies for those, and cayenne right there. And over here is my habanero family. Yep. Everybody's doing well so far. My zucchinis got chomped down. Don't know why. If it had a little cool spell. Yeah, this is what happened. I don't know if it's, I guess it was the cool spell. Maybe it was a little too early, I don't know. Couple of nights went like 57. Maybe it was just too young for that. So anywho, I'm planting some more. I have some more in the seed tray. I put in the seed tray yesterday. So, sorry about that. So that happened to a couple of winter squashes as well. But I'll just direct seed those in another week or so because we're expecting another like 40 something a couple of nights next week. I found this in the compost pile, sand pile, but don't know what it is, but looks like something. Possibly a squash, butternut squash or something. And that cantaloupe didn't make it, but I had another one inside, so let's pray that this one works out. Yep. Pak choi flowers are so pretty and they're attracting a lot of bees, which we need. Beautiful. I'm drying these to grind them, make them into a powder. Yesterday I did sweet and sour, trying to mimic a little panda orange sauce, so I put a couple finely chopped. These are tangerine or mandarin skins. My mother from the Chinese tradition used to dry them and add them to like the Chinese dishes like pork or chicken or whatever. So, okay, I tried this morning. I peeled my banana halfway down the length in half and scooped out the seeds. So I'm trying to see if I can grow bananas. If I can get the seeds to germinate that way. I don't know if that will work. And an apple that I ate, I put 4 seeds in there. So we'll see what happens. Alright. I got this at a... I went garage sale hunting for a old food processor. And I just missed one by about 15 minutes at a garage sale. So anyhow, I went to a thrift shop and found this one for $5. So I used this for my eggshell powder and my chicken bone meal maker. So what I do is I save chicken bones and eggshells. Yeah, chicken bones and eggshells. When I get to it, I will just, put them out on a sheet tray and put them in the oven on low for like maybe 200, whatever, for like a long time. Maybe 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours. Sometimes I put them out in the sun, but I don't like to do it in the sun because it will attract ants sometimes. So then after I dry that, then I pulverize them to a powder in the food processor. And I had some, but I think they're finished. I'll check. I think I did finish it when I was making the beds, building up the beds. I did empty all my eggshell powder and bone meal powder in that. So I'll do it again soon. I guess I have a pile enough in the freezer, and I'll show you guys one day. Okay, I did find some eggshell powder I had left. I had put into an onion bottle, onion seasoning bottle. So this is what it looks like. And I'll sprinkle that around. And I just realized putting it in the onion bottle was a good idea, even though I didn't think of that at the time. But it should help to ward off some of the pests from the tomatoes and peppers and stuff like that. So I saw this scientific guy. He's a gardener, but he really goes into the scientific part of it. And he was saying, eggshells really, they don't really do anything because it takes so long to break down. But hey, belief kills, unbelief cures, I guess. Have faith. Okay, but I figure, yeah, I've seen eggshells after a long while in the pile, and it does take a long time to break down. But I figure putting it into a powdered form, like they do in the plant food mix, should be easier to break down and be easier to munch on because there is some finer powder particles in the, don't know if you can see that, in the bottle. We'll see. So while we're on the topic of bone meal and eggshell powder, let me tell you a little bit about my banana tea concoction. So as you can see, I have repurposed a protein shake container and used it as a compost bin in my kitchen. So if I have rice that I've rinsed, I use that water and I pour into this bucket, and also add some banana peels and vegetable scraps. And the rest will go into the general compost pile, which will now be in the garden instead of this trash can. And so it will smell a little in that liquid in that bucket for first couple of days, but it does wear off after a while. Keep the lid slightly cracked so that some air gets in. And when I use it, I also add like other little things. I used to add like tangerine skins and like garlic cloves that were going bad and stuff like that. Coffee grounds and that sort of thing. Stir that up, maybe some grass clippings or whatever. Stir that up, and when I do use it, I dilute it. Probably like 1 part to 2 parts water. If I do use it on seedlings, I will dilute it even more, like 1 part to 5. But it's really harmless, in my opinion. It doesn't do any toxic damage. So that's how I deal with my banana tea. I have stopped putting the tangerine skins in the liquid because I decided that, I found out that the earthworms don't like citrus. So I will use that separately in a different container for like a foliar spray for pesticide, because that apparently is good for that. To be honest, I don't really have any pests outside of squirrels and crows. Maybe it's because it's a young garden and my neighbors don't vegetable garden either. So guys, I just wanted to update you. I decided to nix the pots with the holes for the earthworms. Why not just go directly, right? So I just decided I'll just designate a couple areas in the garden, in each bed, where I'm going to be burying. And maybe I'll see if there are any other vacant spots where, every now and again, where I won't be disturbing anything. Because why bother with an interruption to the flow? Let them be able to, the earthworms or any worms, be able to access the food directly and go to and fro without a plastic wall in between. So getting back to the bone meal, eggshell, and banana. Basically what we're looking at here is the eggshell provides calcium, and that calcium helps to prevent blossom end rot disease. So especially on like tomatoes and peppers, sometimes you can get where the bottom or the sides of the fruit is black. That can happen with eggplant as well, and some of those other type of fruits. So the sides or the bottom of the fruit gets black. Of course, we know that banana is high in potassium, and that helps with the fruiting process. And the bone meal has a little nitrogen. It's higher in phosphorus. It has a little nitrogen, so it's good for rooting. You can put it down like before transplanting seedlings and stuff like that. But everything, like I said, I would use in moderation and test and see what works, and each situation. Most of us have acidic or slightly acidic soil. The blood meal is not really effective in alkaline soil, so soil tests can be done. But like I said, even if you don't go that route of soil testing, just be conservative in your approach and try and test on one plant, maybe not all the plants, like one tomato plant or whatever, not all of the plants, and just test and see. But so far I think these are natural and relatively harmless. All right, so that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hang in there for a little garden meds coming up, and I'll see you next time. Looking out my window this morning at my backyard garden, I thought about the change of seasons and how my cucumbers got decimated by the winter. They were looking so great and tasted so wonderful. They were on that fence, and it made me think about the changing in seasons in our own lives. For many of us, the last 4 to 5 years have been very traumatic in one way or the other. And I think just like the garden coming back in towards spring, we need to start to Wake up and live. Stand up for your rights, as Bob Marley would say. Isaiah also says, arise, shine, for your light has come and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. I think at some point the Lord, after comforting us, wants us to shed the victimization. We have a right to enjoy the abundant life that Jesus died to give us. So let's speak to the dry bones today and say, live.